everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Eitan.
Welcome back to the 21st episode of the Younger Half podcast. We are two 14-year boys from New Jersey who discuss, debate, and share insights and everything from history to politics, sports, current events, and more. Follow us on Instagram at the Younger Half and all other social media platforms to see more of our podcasts. Check us out on your favorite podcasting platform at the Younger Half. You can also check out our YouTube channel to see our faces during our podcast. Also, if you'd like to help grow the podcast by supporting us with a monthly donation, head to anchor.fm/theyongerhalf/support or click on the link in the description. A welcome to those, or if there are any coming from a local newspaper. We recently had a new local newspaper write an article about us. So shout out to those people who are coming from there. And also, if you have a local business that you'd like to advertise here, reach out to us at theyongerhalf@gmail.com. Or if you have any questions or comments, feel free to come.
Yeah, but
I don't know
Josh,
what that meant, but feel free to
just email us.
Yeah, whatever. Feel free to email us, but
we both welcome. Yeah, we've seen in our numbers, just like, and even just walking on the streets, a few people like stopped. At least me. I don't know about you. So like, welcome everyone. If you're just joining us now, we have like a lot of exciting things. We're gonna plug it in like during one of our topics, but we have a lot of exciting things happening this month, right?
yeah, we do this month. Nice call. We have on November 18th that week we have a New York Times reporter coming on sharing some insights about COVID-19. So stick around for that. We're working on having a social media influencer coming on, so stay tuned for all that. For this week's episode, we obviously have the elections. We have COVID-19 cases rising. We have what is cheating, and we have some sports topics for you guys. So got a good episode, Eitan. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, huge news that the Colorado, I can't even see a straight face here. It's huge news though that John Hickenlooper, I don't even, guys, like, this is, I can't, but like, I'm obviously joking here, but huge news that Biden, and Harris
Eitan was going to
presidential.
say that this Michigan senator by the name, I
Yeah,
don't
we
even
were.
know.
We were gonna go for a little joke there, but I can't even. This dude's name from Colorado is Colorado Senator John Hickenlooper. He
Yeah, Eitan.
completely
Breaking
like,
news here. He did win the seat in Michigan.
which like,
Colorado,
no,
or was it? Excuse
Colorado.
Colorado, which is a banger for the Democrats. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, it
mean, just
completely
unreal.
changed the entire thing. I think this is like one of the reasons
We're
Trump
obviously joking,
lost.
but yeah, you go for it,
Biden
Eitan.
won.
What do you got for us on the
Yeah,
election?
so much. I mean, like, we recorded an episode last week, and we actually were uncertain. Check this out, but like, we were really uncertain if we would even know by this week. And we did. Well, Trump thinks that it's not happening, and it's not over. But I think every news network and even leaders across the world have congratulated Joe Biden. So we'll have to see how the legal fight comes out. But
Yeah,
there's
that's a big point that you almost you almost brushed over. You know what I mean? That it he won. He obviously
yes.
has 290. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
290 according to
but I
Associated
think
Press.
that's official. But have it in the back of your mind that there, we'll get into this later, our thoughts on it, but there was some uncertainty about who actually voted. So just have that on the back burner, as teachers would say.
I mean, I just want to mention, this is what I want to say. This is what I was talking with my dad about this over the weekend, and the Republicans did amazing except for Trump. The Republicans got a lot of seats back in the House. They didn't obviously take control of the House, but two Republican women actually beat out two Democratic men. Like, doesn't matter men and women, but I'm just saying, like, two Republicans beat out two Democrats. They, as we know, they did take over the House, but they did very well. And in the
Yeah, they
Senate
knocked off
also,
a whole
they
bunch
got
of
a lot of
Democratic
seats.
seats.
Yeah,
The Democrats
they
lost a whole
swung.
bunch of seats. In
And
the
in the
House.
Senate, yeah, and the Senate they knocked off a couple Democrats. It's right now tied, but it looks like the Republicans, based on the next two races, which some are a runoff, so we don't know. But I'm gonna say, if the Republicans do win, it seems what, like, my dad and I, this is really what my dad said, but I 100% agree. you'll tell me what you think. But I think that the American people just didn't want Trump, and they just wanted someone else in power. And I don't even know if they lose the Senate, I don't know what Biden can do as president. There's a lot of things he's gonna do. Like, it's gonna be hard for him to work with like a Republican Senate, especially with like healthcare and big laws that he wants to change, and tax bills.
Well,
Like, everyone's saying like, oh, the taxes and everything is gonna increase taxes. I don't even know if he's gonna be able to, because all these things. So I know I just took it away. Tell me all your thoughts
right.
on
So
this
a few
crazy
things.
election. What are you thinking, Josh?
Um, so I mean, you could say the same thing about Trump. He didn't have the House.
Right.
They still
But the
managed,
Senate's important,
of course.
because
But
that's the
so is
last leg.
right,
The House
right,
could approve something, and then the Senate declined, like even
yeah,
impeachment.
right. It's true. It's true. Um, yeah, the election it was crazy. I was following. My family and I we were actually watching. We watched from probably from like 7:30 to to like 9. We all just hanging out. We are watching it.
I mean, yeah, like
It was a crazy night. You know what I mean? Like
the
originally,
whole
okay,
week
it was
though.
originally simple. Okay, so Trump takes this state. Okay, Biden takes these like 10 Northeast states. Whatever. Like
And
the
then
irrelevant.
Nevada wouldn't count a ballot for another
Right, that
five
that's later though.
hours.
Not even then.
Yeah.
We have slow predictions. Trump is seems to win Florida. Then the next um, I didn't stay up till later. I went to bed before, and then in the morning, I see that Trump declares victory.
Yeah, well, his
Declared it.
Twitter, come on.
No,
He
I think
still
he said
declares victory now.
no, not on Twitter. I think he said it to to straight to his people. No.
I mean, like I saw these great memes, like in Trump's final leg to win the election, changes his name to Joe Biden.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, like I went to bed one night. This Tuesday, Wednesday night. I was like, oh damn, like Trump's president. Like we're kind of screwed over here. And then I woke up like, well, I didn't wake up. It was like after like a weekend. It was like Saturday afternoon, and I actually want to talk about this for a second. Like my friends, they didn't even need to get the alert. One of my friends, he lives in the city. People literally, the street was empty 2 minutes after they called it. People were literally, it was like a marching band. People were dancing. There's speakers. People had drums. They were dancing in the streets in New York City. And my friend, right out of his apartment, everyone was dancing. Kamala, Biden, they won. And he's like, oh, I guess it's
Speaking
over. But I
speaking
mean,
of
yeah.
not to poke fun
Yeah,
at
go.
anyone, but did you see? It's a big thing now. Like it's on like TikTok and all that. Did you see Kamala Harris calling Joe Biden that they won?
Oh, yeah,
Some
on
of the
the,
comments are
like
like
when,
she like when you on the golf course, it was the golf course?
no,
No.
no, she was on her morning run, and
Right, yeah.
they,
Uh,
like, one of her aides was like, oh, you won.
yeah, and some of the comments are like she sounds drunk when you actually think we did it, Joe. Joe. Yeah,
That's so
and she's like
accurate. We
laughing. She's like
did it, Joe.
like Joe, we did it. Yeah,
We did it, Joe.
it
That's
was
funny though. I
yeah.
mean, she was just like happy. I mean, like Biden lost a lot. Even like we lived like I think an hour and 57 minutes to be precise from where Biden and Kamala spoke at the Chase Center in Delaware. My father and I, we were gonna drive down there, but we didn't have the idea until it was too late. But that would have been cool.
Yeah, put up some pictures for those in YouTube. No, not actually, but I'm saying that would have been pretty cool. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone's watching this close. I just seen like I went to school, the other day, and everyone was like, "Oh, like I don't know," they were just like a fake election, a fraud. Like I want to talk about this because, like, I mean, like, what
yeah.
are you hearing? Because, like, as our local article said, you're a little more conservative. um,
um I
I don't
think
know, what are
I
your
mean
stance?
I mean I think that like as of now there's no real way to know. So like I can't give a solidified opinion. I can definitely give my thoughts. But so
Yeah, give your
I was
thoughts.
under the impression
Okay.
that there was more people who voted than registered voter in like a few states, but my my good friend
That.
Josh actually who came on the podcast. He, obviously
Check it out.
smart guy. Um, he told me that it was actually not true. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay. I mean,
because
I guess that's not true.
I
I guess
mean,
he's the one. You don't know. I mean, I
I
trust
mean,
him, so I wouldn't really know. But
yeah, they a few times it's a different time every time, but like one time the numbers they were looking at was from 2018, so they didn't update it, so that's why it was a difference of
I
a
also
few hundred
think. I mean,
thousand.
I just think that like it is just like it is a little like fishy to say. My
Sketch.
history teacher pointed out that astronomical numbers for people who like for voters this year.
I mean, that was for Trump too. Let's not get this wrong. This
I'm
is
not I'm not
for both
saying that I'm
candidates.
not saying that there's voter fraud on Trump or voter fraud on Biden. I because I think nobody knows that. I,
Right.
but that's what I'm saying. If there's no voter fraud, then what is the case for Donald Trump to you know what I
Well,
mean? If there's no voter fraud, then people are saying, like we said, keep on the back mind, the legality. But if there is no voter fraud, then what is his legality case?
there is none. Everyone says it's baseless.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, we'll have to
yeah,
see.
like I think I read my father was telling me he read a whole bunch of stuff like on Twitter and stuff like that it's gonna be a very interesting like ending to Donald Trump that
I
he could be like like screaming about like legality and stuff like that, like dragged out of the White House, like obviously that's obviously like
I think
exaggerated, but
what I think is, I mean, like my dad's like, oh, it's just a custom. It's not a real thing. But I think he's gonna be the first president. Like even Obama did this. He's not gonna walk Joe Biden down to the inauguration stage, and he's not
probably
gonna
not.
put a note in the Oval
Oval
Office,
Office,
and
yeah.
yeah, he's not gonna what's the other thing? He's not going to meet with him at the White House. That's like that just hurts. Because that's like really that's a big staple in American. Even if it's a Republican and Democrat, just to show that like even if it's a little like few minutes, just to walk him out of the White House. I don't think that's happening.
There's no way that's happening, but
Yeah, I don't. That's yeah. I mean, did you hear that this is kind of a little random, but did you hear that Trump wants to, if he loses, like officially, he's gonna start his own like TV thing with like Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham. He's gonna take them and Sean Hannity. He wants to take them away from
really,
Fox and make his own channel, pretty much QAnon.
why would he do that
But
exactly?
to keep his name in the press and to spread awareness about the terrible things happening in the Biden campaign. I mean, they said because he also thinks that Fox News is becoming too democratic, so they need a real Republican news station.
Yeah, okay. They'd be fools if they did that.
I think that actually might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole thing about
I
it.
mean, I think it'll, you know,
I mean, there's just I was like I like right away I turned on like CNN, later that day, and they literally had I know, sorry, Josh, but they
joking.
had
What do
videos
I
of
care?
people like dancing in the street. It was literally like I don't know, like the end of a world war. They were like blasting music, like it was like I mean, like it wasn't so pandemic safe. They were wearing masks, so they weren't distance at all. But like they were literally like packed in, like jumping up and down. It was literally like the end of like it was almost like the end of Corona. Everyone like ran out of the house, like. I mean, it was just nuts.
I mean, yeah, yeah, it was interesting. Also, I was like, I think it was also interesting to just follow the progression. Like, I didn't like really care who won, but I'm very interested into like government and politics. But
How?
I'm not like I'm passionate about the topic, but I don't like I don't like I don't care for politics, but I'm passionate about politics. If that makes sense.
What do you mean? Explain.
So like let's say that you were let's say I don't know, like let's say my close friend, I'm just making this up,
Mm-hmm.
let's say they were either crazy conservative, which I don't know, like really agree with that much, or or a crazy liberal, which I also don't agree with that much. um
You have one of
I
those
wouldn't
phones.
I wouldn't like engage with that, if that makes sense. Because I don't
Right. You
care for
kind of
politics.
like,
I don't care for politics that in that sense. But I followed along with the election a ton because I find it fascinating the way that our country works. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, that makes 100% sense because you don't really care if it's Republican or Democrat, but it's just cool to see like someone elected
Exactly.
and someone
And
like going into office
follow along
and
with our country and like stuff like that. And you know, like the way like government is like the bottom line. That's what
right.
really
You don't care about the name on the ballot. You care about the ballot.
exactly. That's the best way to put it. Great quote. My yearbook quote for high school. Oh wow! No, no longer
I
my
know
no.
that's my
Wow,
bad. That's my
wow. Okay,
bad.
I'm not even gonna mention it for those on audio what Aton just did. We'll save you the embarrassment. Mm.
No, this is a good plug. Go check, subscribe on YouTube. Find out what the hell I just said. Don't. But
Yeah. If Aton doesn't want to be embarrassed, then you probably shouldn't. Hi.
mm,
Yeah. I mean, something that I heard was very interesting was that one of the reasons that that the numbers of this election were astronomically high was maybe because of Trump's handling of COVID, which leads us really to our next topic was like this is just another proof that we're reaching in on 10 million coronavirus cases.
I mean,
um
yeah, this is where I was gonna plug in. Like, we're gonna interview a science and health reporter from New York Times. Like, he even went on different podcasts in New York Times and like in February and really predicted like the entire thing. Really scary to watch. So, like, I mean, I think when this episode is out on our Instagram, there'll be like a little like box where you can fill out it, like, or email us at theyoungaverage.com if you have any questions for him. It's always good to have a few extra questions in there. It's really he's like even just about being a reporter at the New York Times, Josh, and just about COVID. So
yeah.
hit us up, I guess.
Yeah, talking about COVID, so right, which could be very interesting, which could be a reason why Trump lost the election was because of his handling of COVID. We're now reaching in on 1/5 of the world's COVID cases. That's crazy, and a lot of
Wow.
people are citing the reason of being of population numbers, but when you look at other countries, which is what I'm currently googling, they're not even close to that high. You know what I
It's
mean?
scary.
Like and it's not like I don't know if you're like examining the numbers, but like nobody's really like that's I don't know, but like I don't know, like just going
I
through this list
mean,
here that like a lot of these huge like places like is um like let me see here, like a lot of these places that really have a large population just don't have that much of don't have that big of numbers.
right, that's what shows how people felt so passionately, like they felt like their lives definitely did change some way because of Trump's handling of the pandemic. That's why they felt so strong to vote, against, even if it was
Yeah.
Green Party, they
Right. I mean,
just felt
also
so
like
strongly to
the
just
disproof
vote.
to like population is like Indonesia. Okay, this is after like literally 2 minutes just right now. Their population is as of 2018. Okay, so fine, plus 5 million, whatever. But their population is 267 million, right? But their coronavirus cases is 437,000. So I mean, meaning like
Jeez.
ours is around 330, between 330 340 million people, and ours is 1/5 of the world. So
How
you
much
know
COVID cases do we have? Do you have it?
us,
Yeah.
like America,
Yeah, right
we're
now.
I think
Or
I read in the article 9.87 million. So we're really closing in on
jeez.
10 million.
It's almost like everyone in this country having corona.
Not even close, but yeah, sure.
Like 1/3, right?
No, wow, not close.
How much million? Say it again.
In our
I'm,
country,
I'm,
there is
yeah.
330 around between 330 340 million,
Yeah.
and there it would be there's around, let's just say,
Oh,
10 million.
10 million. Oh, I thought you said, I got that confused. Yeah, 10 million. I mean, that's obviously not like, wow, I'm looking right now. Yeah, Texas has the most cases, 1 million, 1.1 million.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So the state, wow. That's crazy. How much people are in Texas? Do you know how many people
Um,
live in Texas? Let's say it's around
More than a million, I can say that. I'm googling
Yeah,
Texas.
that's what I was stalling for, but it didn't work out.
I'm 29 million
Oh wow.
as
Okay.
of
Well, there
2019.
goes my theory, but that's
Don't worry,
unfortunate.
Josh.
But I mean,
Well,
I mean, think about it. 30
that's
million
still a
people,
lot, though.
30 million people against 267 million people have more cases than the 267 million people. That's interesting to take in.
Yeah, I mean, um,
I think also
yeah,
they might just continue to go up because now, you know, it's getting cold out in a lot of places, so people might start going into each other's houses, and that could lead to no.
yeah, that's what.
I'm more for like people like a few people in the house with mask and like strict distancing, but because like, you need to open up in my opinion, but um like I
The
mean
thing is,
like but then that leads to more people who don't have parents who are going to be upset with them who if they don't distance. So that leads people who like let's say college students or even just people who live alone. They don't even have to be in college or no or anybody who doesn't have
everyone who
have
has their own
parents.
apartment, you know?
Like you could even have a wife or anything like that or a girlfriend even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could
Eh,
just lead to irresponsibility.
right. And I mean, the thing is that we are like Dr. Fauci predicted this that we'd have a spike when it's winter because of this exact reason that I'm not standing outside for 2 hours to chill with you, you know, like it's
Mm-hmm.
freezing. It's
Yeah.
30 degrees.
Do people
If
go in your
anything, I'm
house?
gonna get not in my house. I don't really even have people over, to be honest. My house
Right.
is my house, but like normally I just like go to friends, but we are outside even though like I mean this weekend it was really nice out. Like the other week we just canceled and we just both like everyone
Right.
stayed home. I mean like if anything I'd get more sick outside, you know, than I would in your house cuz it's so cold at some points, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like
Well, you wouldn't be
especially when it
allowed in
gets like
school.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like if you have like cough, you know, even yeah. I mean, I just think that like it is, it is a little shocking. You know, I feel like because of all the election stuff, I wasn't even focused on like COVID numbers. Obviously, I was still like wearing masks, focusing on COVID, but not COVID numbers. And then we've been hitting this grim milestone of over like 100,000 cases a day. So
Great milestone. Wow.
it's a grave
I'm joking.
milestone.
You said great? Is that what you said?
Grave.
Ah. I was like,
Like
not the choice of words I would
yeah,
use there, but okay.
I'm not celebrating this obviously.
I'm like, all
I
right.
mean
I mean, your choice of words, I guess.
yeah, so let's talk about our like question of the week. I think we have to find like a little title for this segment, but
Yeah.
uh, I mean we were thinking in when like creating this like what would be a good topic, and what really came to mind like we had a good question was cheating. And there's so many things like
Cheating
especially
regarding,
now,
yeah.
yeah, like cheating regarding Zoom is like
Yeah,
using
more
something like Spark
specifically,
Notes, like
cheating could be really a global topic. You could talk about cheating with sports even, but
yeah, yeah, not
this
even
we're
just
really
school.
zooming in on the school aspect.
Right. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out. But so yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. I'm just gonna say like there, you know, I want to know you mentioned like Zoom before when we were talking about this question. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think like, what is the real question? Like, are you like obviously you're not like allowed to cheat. Like, take it away, Josh.
Yeah, so there's this is more of a topic than a real question. So we have a few things here. One of the things is, does cheating get more complicated when it's on Zoom? So there's a thing where how can students would say how can teachers give us tests and put us in that position to not cheat when we have a Google tab open right there.
Mm.
So cheating gets significantly more complicated over Zoom. So what my
Yeah,
school did to
it's
that
more
is,
tempting.
yeah, right, meaning like how could the school put you in that position? So what my school did to that is there's no tests on Zoom.
Yeah, we did that also because, like, I mean, like, it's right there, you know? I mean, what I think about like cheating, like what I want to know, like your thoughts. Like I personally use Spark Notes. Just like I do read the chapter, but I mean, like sometimes, not like always, sometimes. But like when I use Spark Notes, like is that like considered cheating? Like, do you, do you use it? Like,
Right. So for those who don't know, you want to maybe tell them what Spark Notes is?
oh yeah, Spark Notes is like it pretty much has a summary of every book ever. I mean, like a lot of books, and just it has like every chapter summary. Like, I mean, even if I read it, I think I'd look at Spark Notes either way, just because that's such a good summary, you know. But I mean, like, is that like considered cheating? It's like because it's not like you're supposed to read.
Yeah, that's a very interesting topic because it's not. It's. I don't think you could classify it as cheating. Rather, just
Morally wrong.
no, not even just not to put this down, but like just dumb simply because like you're not getting the chapter and you're gonna have a quiz the next day. Okay, so that's on you. What do they care? Cheating is you're doing something more to your benefit. This is not to your benefit. This is significantly worse.
I think it's good. I mean, like,
You think
I
Spartans
think
is good?
yeah,
It could be. I've never used it before. Is it like actually detailed? Like you could really
yeah,
like
it's
ace a quiz
detailed.
off of it?
I mean, I don't want to endorse your Spark Notes use here, but yes, it is very good. I mean, I don't know. I just think like I just want to like touch on what you said about COVID. Is that like I don't know what student like there are schools that are completely remote. Like I wonder what they're doing because like I don't know if you have like we have school Chromebooks that they have like something called like Go Guardian or something that like when you enter like we have Google Form like that's what they use for our quizzes. When you enter Google Form, it locks the screen. You can't do anything to your screen, but that's only on devices that are run by the school. So like
Right.
at home, let's
And
say I
why are
could just
you?
use my Mac
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then
Yeah. Like
that would be
okay,
the
so
issue.
nice. That helps in
Zero. Yeah, I
schooling.
know, but I'm saying like
Still doesn't
even in
solve the problem.
school. Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean,
It's a
it's a difficult place for um for uh for schools, right? That's what I was gonna say because they obviously use tests as like grading for this quarter or your semester, whatever you refer to it as. And now that let's say like you have 2 weeks of your school on Zoom, now you missed out on 2 weeks of grades. So now what? You know what I mean?
exactly. So I mean, like we have like a test schedule, and every like week there's at least one or two tests. So like just pushing
Exactly.
those
So now
off.
you're behind. That's what happened to me. Is that I had like three tests and I had three like difficult tests in like a span of 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then like I mean like yeah. Also just like I wanna just like before we like go to sports, I wanna talk about like getting answers from someone. That's what I think like the biggest thing is. Do you
That
think
is a good
I think
that's
that's
definitely a good
cheating, right?
topic.
But like
On a homework
I
assignment,
wanna
I think there's a difference between asking for help and asking for answers. If you're saying, "Hey,
right.
Aton, would you mind teaching me the math, or would you mind, just explaining to me what this question means?" I think that's fine. But then you're into a problem. Is that cheating on a test on Zoom?
Or a homework assignment.
No, I'm saying right. Homework assignment. I think we can most of us agree that's not cheating. So what happens now on a Zoom test? Is that cheating? I think
Right.
there's just too much gray area for it to give a test on Zoom.
Also like I think I was wondering this like I just like really thought of this. Is the person sending the answers, let's say, is are they cheating?
But that's an interesting question.
I think
I think
they're
probably.
part of it.
Yeah,
They're
I think
part of
so.
the
They're
cheating,
enabling
right?
the person to cheat. I think so. I think that's cheating.
I mean, like we could argue that like the person giving the answers, oh, they're helping teach them.
Right. I mean,
We
it's
can
interesting.
stretch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now on to some sports. My Jets are playing tomorrow night on Monday.
Why would they're playing Monday Night Football? The Lions don't even get a television spot in the Jets.
Because
Save it for like
Jets
oh
are New
and
York at
six.
least. You know what I mean? Like that's like
I mean,
media
yeah.
central, I guess.
I know, but still, it's the Jets. They should wait until they're 0-15, and then like the 16th game they could play.
And then they're gonna go 0-16. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what happened with the? No, they still have like Gase. They haven't done anything, right?
Uh, no, unfortunately.
Only the Mets, right?
Yeah,
I heard
the Mets
like I
they
want to talk
just
about this for a
the
sec.
Mets just fired their GM, thank God.
Yeah,
Or
they are
whatever.
not
Supposedly he
under
left.
the
I don't
new
know.
owner. Like, not only did they fire, but they also I feel like I heard, you can tell me if I'm right. Didn't a few people also leave the team once he was hired? And like people were just like,
I'm not
nope.
sure. I don't know. It's definitely possible.
I mean, you think we talked about this last episode, but you think it's gonna be a good future? I know you said no, right? It's
For
not
the
gonna be a
Mets,
good
I
future
could
for
see
them.
them like this free agency. My dad
Decent, right?
pointed this out. I heard that they are this is a bad free agency class, but they have a lot of money. So my dad said he could see them like spending all their money this class, and like it'll be horrible. You know what I mean? I could so see that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So on to like our next sports thing is so as we were saying a few episodes ago, we were saying how I started watching like indie racing and that developed now also to NASCAR. So today, Chase Elliott won. I don't even know what it means, like the championship. I don't know if there's more races because apparently last week he also won the championship. So I'm not really sure. But yeah. And more importantly, fantasy football. My game is it's so close.
it's great. I'm kicking butt here. Here, I'll tell you my scores right now.
I'm I'm
It's
I-
very exciting for me.
I'm currently some quick
What's your
math.
record?
I'm down by 11, and I have Kamara who has 1 point in almost the first quarter is almost over. So
I got super lucky because first of all, I have Mahomes, so he got 30 points. But also, we didn't say, and I Ravens defense. They got a fumble recover and a fumble recover touchdown, so they got me 13 points
mm,
for defense. It's just huge. Also, Matt Prater got me 8 points for kicker. I mean, also Keenan Allen, he got me like 25. So I'm winning like 137-70. So I think I have it in the bag. Someone in my league, he got like 211 points. Is that nuts?
that's I've seen the most I've seen is actually 211.
Actually, he has like 211.7. He has Josh Allen who had 36, McCaffrey who had 37, and then Devontae Adams, I'm pretty sure, who had 33, and then Tyreek Hill who had 33 also. So he had 5 players above 30 or 4 or 5. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good week.
Yeah, very good week. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean yeah, my team, yeah, we did pretty good this week. Hopefully, Kamara could pick it up in the second half. So that is the end, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. Follow us on Instagram at ThingerHalf. Check us out on your favorite podcasting platform. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel at ThingerHalf. And if you want to help us grow, consider supporting us on anchor.fm/ThingerHalf/support or press on the link in the description. No, I just said that. Or press the link in the description for questions or comments. Email us at thingerhalf@gmail.com. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.